Landon Collins' development keeps the Giants on the rise. East Rutherford, New Jersey. A year ago, Landon Collins would stand at the back of the Giants' secondary looking confused and fretful. A rookie safety, he was the Giants' last line of defense and the last person the team could rely on. His head was swimming, even drowning, in the details of a playbook full of mystifying schemes and signals. "Everything comes at you fast," Collins said of games at the time. One season later, Collins patrols his space at the rear of the Giants' defense with cunning and conviction, an evolving star who can snicker at the befuddlement he once felt on the field. "It's very slow out there now," Collins said Sunday. "Everything just comes to me." Collins is not only the Giants' most improved player, he has become the team's defensive savior. With the Giants clinging to a 6-point lead late in Sunday's game against the Chicago Bears, Collins stepped in front of a Bears receiver to snatch his 5th interception in 4 games. The turnover, with only 71 seconds left, ended a Chicago charge into Giants territory and sealed a 22-16 Giants victory. The victory was the Giants' 5th straight, giving them their best record through 10 games, at 7-3, since the 2008 Giants were 9-1. The Bears fell to 2-8. The outcome kept the Giants in the playoff hunt, and although they looked lifeless in the first half offensively, defensively and on special teams, they again survived another close game. Their 7 victories have been by a total of 27 points. Last season, with opponents sometimes seizing on Collins' inexperience, the Giants lost nearly every close game. "It's a different year, and we all can feel that," a smiling Collins said Sunday. Collins' performance has also provided a measure of redemption for the Giants front office, which traded up to select him in the 2nd round of the 2015 draft only to watch him struggle. Those humbling moments jolted Collins, a premier high school recruit in Louisiana and an All-American defensive back at Alabama. "I never doubted myself," Collins said. "But I knew I would have to adapt and grow. I studied and worked very hard in the off-season to get to the stage I'm at now." On Sunday, Collins certainly had help as a swarming defensive front 4 sacked Chicago quarterback Jay Cutler 4 times. Defensive end Jason Pierre-Paul, who had 2.5 sacks, was a constant in the Bears' backfield, flashing the kind of speed, agility and strength that had made him a Pro Bowl player in 2011 and 2012. The Giants were preying on one of the NFL's worst teams, and the Bears sustained multiple injuries Sunday, further weakening their roster. Late in the game, in a scary scene that silenced the MetLife Stadium crowd, Bears linebacker Leonard Floyd injured his neck in an awkward collision with Giants running back Rashad Jennings. Floyd's head and shoulders were immobilized on a stretcher as he was removed from the field on a cart after spending several minutes prone on the field. After the game, the Bears announced that Floyd, a first-round draft pick in April, had been released from a hospital and would fly back to Chicago with the team. The Bears had entered the game already missing their best wide receiver, Alshon Jeffrey, who was suspended by the NFL for violating the league's policy on performance-enhancing drugs. In the second quarter on Sunday, the Bears also lost the star tight end Zach Miller, who Bears coach John Fox said had a broken bone in his foot. Because of additional injuries, by the second half, the Bears were playing with 3 backup offensive linemen. Despite their misfortunes, the Bears stormed to a 7-point lead in the first half. Sunday's game was played in blustery conditions and featured 3 missed extra point attempts, 2 by Giants kicker Robbie Gould, which had not happened in an NFL game since 1993. In the second quarter, the Giants played so lifelessly that the crowd responded with sustained booing. But the Giants emerged from their locker room after halftime seemingly filled with a new resolve, marching down the field in 9 plays to tie the score on a 9-yard touchdown pass from Eli Manning to tight end Vaughn. On the Giants' next possession, Manning, who completed 21 of 36 passes for 227 yards, scrambled for a first down on a third down play. When he appeared to be running from the pocket on the next play, the Bears' secondary sprinted forward. Manning, seeing multiple receivers break open, pulled up and threw deep to Victor Cruz for a 48-yard gain. 3 plays later, The Giants took a 2-16 lead with a 15-yard touchdown catch by the rookie wide receiver Sterling Shepard. But in the game's final minutes, Cutler, who completed 17 of 30 passes for 252 yards, moved the Bears into Giants territory. On a play that began at the Giants' 30, Pierre-Paul barged into the backfield, overwhelming Cutler on a sack that resulted in a fumble, recovered by a Chicago lineman. After a procedure penalty on the Bears, Cutler was being harassed in a collapsing pocket when he stepped forward and fired toward wide receiver Marquess Wilson. Collins had seen Wilson's pass route before, in his extensive film study of the Bears. In fact, the Cincinnati Bengals had run a similar route in a loss to the Giants on November 14. Maybe the Bears saw something in what the Bengals had tried and thought it would work for them a week later. But Collins, calm and composed, knew he had seen it before. The game, once so fast, now seemed slow. Collins was waiting for Cutler's pass before it reached Wilson. The Giants, beleaguered after their first 5 games, remain undefeated since then. It is only 1 year later for Collins, but it feels like a new world. "My confidence level is through the roof," he said Sunday evening.